Welcome back to Switch to Linux. This is Tom and the kitty. And I just went ahead and downloaded LibreOffice 6, and I have not poked around under the hood a whole lot, but I thought I'd go ahead and talk about this a little bit. This is a fairly anticipated anticipated release of LibreOffice, and some people actually said, you know, it's going to have the ribbon like Microsoft Office. I'm like, oh, thank God it doesn't, at least not by default. It might be there. In fact, I believe you could always put that there with some type of extension. I hate that stupid ribbon on Office. I'm very glad it's not there. But anyway, I went ahead and downloaded it. Of course, you can come to LibreOffice.org for more information on this. And if you come over to the download button, this is available on a variety of operating systems. We have a Deb, RPM, and that's what I have. I'm running this on Linux Mint. We also have the OS X. We have the 32 and 64-bit Windows versions as well. So no matter what your operating system is, the 6.0 download is available. I want to go ahead and have a look at the blog release, which was this yesterday, I think? Yes, this was yesterday. It is February now. Welcome, February. So basically, Document Foundation releases LibreOffice 6.0. They call this as a major release and dramatically improved free Office suite, which celebrates the 7th anniversary of availability. So it's more powerful, simple, and secure, offers superb interoperability with Microsoft Office documents. So what I'm not going to be doing today, I'm not going to be loading up Office documents, trading them back and forth, and doing stuff like that. If you guys want to see me do that, I will gladly do that. Like I said, I just downloaded this. I just got it installed. I opened it up just to make sure that it was indeed the right version, and that's about it. So we're going to have a look at that. Down the road, let me know the things if you like, because I still have on this computer the older version. I think I'm on 5.4 and 6.0 on here. If you want to see some comparisons side by side, specific things, let me know in the comments. I'll go ahead and take some video requests for that, and we'll go from there. So it's immediately available for Windows, Mac OS, and Linux, and for the cloud. I'm curious if this is going to change out Calibora. That's curious to me. I know I just upgraded my Calibora in my Nextcloud instance 2 weeks ago, I think. So I don't know what version. I'll have to check what version I'm running over there. All right, so I'm just going to see if there's anything exciting in here. So security open PGP keys can be used to sign OTF documents. I guess one of the things I'm going to be looking at is how does password protected documents trade? That's one of the major challenges I have, is that if you password protect a document on Excel, you can't open that same document at all under LibreOffice, and vice versa. So usually what I would do if I were transferring it is I'd literally have to unsecure a document, save it to the new system, and then resave it with the password in the old, in the new application. I'm curious if that is transferred. As far as transferring other documents, I've never really noted a problem as long as you have the fonts there, but we'll have a look. LibreOffice Online, fundamentally secure service, should be installed and configured by adding cloud storage, and an SSL certificate might be considered an enabling technology for cloud services offered by ISP or the private cloud enterprises. New features introduced with LibreOffice 6.0 aim to align functionality of the desktop and cloud versions, especially in areas where users expect similar behavior. For example, Save As feature has been added, while the amount of rows managed by Calc has been increased to 500,000. In addition, find and replace dialog and spell checking support have been added to Writer, Calc, and Impress. That's cool. There's a viewer for Android. Okay, so that is the document there. I think this is just the site itself. And here's actually the wiki page with the release notes. So there are some various release notes. Let's see if there's anything specific. They don't give us really anything specific. So what I'm going to actually do is we're going to have a look at our writer, and we'll kind of we'll do just a little bit of side-by-sidey. I'm going to open that up, and we're just going to have a quick look at some things. Let's see. There's writer. Here's the old writer. Looks like I'm gonna run into the same issue I've had before. Since I have installed the new writer on here, I cannot access the old writer. I thought I still could. I did a quick test of that. I didn't test it well enough, apparently. Sometimes you can run the same software side by side in different versions on Linux. I don't have this set up that way, which makes sense because I did install it via deb package. So let's go ahead and have a look at this, and I'm gonna kind of start in Writer, and then we'll go from there and see what we find. So here we are loaded up. Actually, what I do want to do first, I want to show you the loading screen, because even the loading screen has changed. If I go into Office, go into Libre 6.0 Writer for my menu. Well, sorry, the computer's too fast, but it is. That did give me a little bug there. I've never seen that before, but that did give me it's a very nice, attractive loading screen. They did really change that loading screen, which you would see if you have a slower computer. This guy here is a pretty beefy computer, specifically designed for video production. So it is pretty snappy. So let's go down to our help to show you that we are indeed on 6.0.0.3. My installation process was simply to go to the download. I downloaded the .deb version of this, and then in the .deb version, let's see. Oh, I want downloads. Libre debs. So if you look here in this directory, let me full screen that. Looking in this directory, it just gives us a whole bunch of deb packages, and literally just run a dpackage-i star.deb. That will install everything right off the bat. So that's how I installed it. Just if you're curious to know my installation, and again, this is installation on Linux Mint. I think I'm on 18.3, either I'm on 18.2 or 18.3. I forget which Linux Mint I'm on. And so I think this computer's 18.2 actually. So that's how I did the installation. No big deal there. And let's just kind of poke around. First, I can tell you that I don't remember changing the icons up here. And if I remember correctly, and I could be wrong because I don't actually use this for a lot of office work, I recall having the more bland, just monocolor icons. So I can say out of the gate, the default icons in this are very, very nice. Very attractive, very nice to look at. Again, I'm curious if you can add like a ribbon layout or not. So toolbar layout. Let's see, single toolbar layout. There's a sidebar layout. And let's see our default layout. Okay, so there we have a default layout. This is actually the way I like to do this. Now, understand I'm a power user. I'm an author. I use LibreOffice for my writing. Actually, I mean, I kind of go between LibreOffice and Microsoft Office simply because I have two writing computers. One of them is Peppermint. One of them is a Windows 8 computer. And so depending on which computer I'm on, and eventually I will be installing LibreOffice on the Windows 8 computer if indeed it's going to stay as Windows 8. And I really just do Office because the first book that I wrote, I had to submit that in Office. Now that I'm publishing my own books without having an external publisher, I can use whatever software I want, so I use Libre. So the last book I wrote was entirely done in LibreOffice. Let's have a look at our view, though. So here's toolbars. So again, if you're not used to setting up your environment, you have a variety of different toolbars you can set up. Some of them will appear automatically. So for example, if I'm in a list, you'll see you have a list toolbar will show up at the very bottom of the screen. And if you're not on a list, it'll go away. So some of those toolbars show up. You can have them persistently stick to the top just by doing that. I'm looking to see what is actually different. One of the things that they had indicated, let me... I'm trying to see if I can... Let's see if you can actually input some gibberish text. I can't. One of the things that somebody had made a mention to me of is that they were having problems with images. One of the things that they said in the release notes is that images are handled a lot better now. It looks like I can actually condense them. I don't want to do that. So if it looks like if I grab from the corner, it will maintain my ratio. If I grab from up, down, left, right, I could actually shift the ratio around a little bit, which I don't really want to do. Let's see, what else can we do on these? Seeing if there's an image toolbar here somewhere. No. Apparently it showed up when I was looking for it elsewhere. Okay, yep. So double-clicking on the image will give you this image toolbar. And what they said is there is a whole lot more items for your images. So here you can align it to the page, to the paragraph, to the character. You can do rotations, entire pages. And by the way, if you are yourself looking to be a power user of the images and things, you can set up the images inside your document properties. That's one of the things you need to do for doing books. Okay, so you can select a rotation angle. Okay, that's cool. I can rotate the angle. So that's cool. I don't remember that being a feature of the old one. It might have been. I don't know. I know it's in the release notes, so images are in there. Let's have a look at the settings, or the options, I should say, and let's see if there's anything in here that's different. I'm just kind of looking at some of the settings and some of the options, and then I want to see if they've actually added any fonts or anything. So if you are looking at needing to use LibreOffice a lot, you can come into here and make a lot of setting changes, customized setting changes. Let's see, there's database connections. So here's where you change your defaults. I'm not sure if it came with the Calibri font, which is the default font used in Microsoft Office as of right now, or if I have installed that separately. To be perfectly honest, I cannot recall, although I don't recall installing all of these. And Calibri, Chandas, Keras, SIL, those are actually all in the new Microsoft font packages. So I'm wondering if they have included that. I didn't see that in the release notes. Let's have a look at the release notes and see what fonts they have installed here. Like I said, I cannot tell you if I've installed those fonts previously or if they came with it. Addition of Noto fonts, addition of open source Hebrew fonts, addition of open source Arabic fonts, removal of Open Sans. You removed Open Sans. That's what I use for my Our Walk in Christ stuff. Bummer. I'm going to have to reinstall it. Okay, so I'm guessing I have installed these. I'm going to go with that. So if you're not seeing the Microsoft Office fonts, I installed those. You can just look up online how to install Microsoft Office fonts in your Linux install and learn how to do that. There's basically two font packages. One of those is the old, it's not technically open source, but it sort of is, the MS Core fonts, and the newer ones are essentially the same, but they're slightly different. So auto captioning, okay. Mail merge emails, okay. So those settings look much the same. All right, so that's kind of Writer. I'm not really seeing a lot that's that seems super different to me right off the bat. Your page settings, property settings, all these settings are still here, which is all just fine. I think the OLE objects are new. Okay, so you can check out this document here, which contains all of your release notes. Fields. Here's your image rotations. Tables. This is actually something nice. It appears as though they have changed the default tables. I have not used a lot of the table settings in this before. It's just not something I've had the need to do inside of LibreOffice at this point. But that was one of the things that I liked about that's one of the things that I liked when I moved from Office. I think I was using Office XP, whichever version that was, when I moved up to Office 2007 on my Windows installs. I changed that. I did that mostly, well, part A, because I had got an academic discount on the software. But part B was because I really liked some of the formatting that they were able to do now on the columns, on the cells automatically. So let's actually, let's go ahead and drop a table in here and see what happens. I gotta remember how to drop a table in here. Let's see. Somebody that does this more often than I do is already looking at this, screaming at the at the screen, telling me how to do it. I'd figure it'd be insert table. I said, as much as I'm a power user of this, there's always functions you don't use. Why don't I just go ahead and use the table option at the top? It's in there somewhere. Let's see. Insert table. Am I just blind? It's going to drive me crazy now. Why can I not see insert table? Oh, well, we got it up there. All right, so all right, let's see what I can do as far as tables are concerned. That's more of those. Okay, so I guess I can add rows, remove rows. Optimizing the size at the bottom. Aligning the top, aligning look at table properties. Just seeing what the default tables happen to be here. Okay, there you go. There's some table options. That's pretty ugly looking, but there you go. There's an option for you. So that was down here at table options. So there's a lot of different options, and that part there, I can't tell you if that was new or not new or whatever else. That's, you know, I've not had to use tables before. But let's see. All right, that's that. Let's go ahead and close this up. I'm curious to look at a few things inside of our spreadsheets. Uh-oh. Let's not send a crash report yet. I'm going to close it down. I'm going to reopen it, though. That's possibly something else that was on the system, not related to this. Okay. All right. So here we have spreadsheets. One of the things that they said they did is they increased the amount of cells by default on the system. Let's see. Okay, so various number formats except English syntax words. Main menu as entry stop. Exporting images. Pasting unformatted text. The plain unformatted text results in unquoted, unescaped content as expected for external pastes for single cells and copy paste. Okay. There's a hotkey for paste unformatted text, so if that's useful for you, Control-Shift-Alt-V. Protected sheets. Okay. So I'm going to try something here. We're going to go up to the very top, and I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to do equals this times 2. And one of the things I'd like to see is if I copy and paste, it says 0 because it's still referencing the formula there. Okay, so now though we're going to copy and we're going to right-click, paste special. So let's just paste text this time. So still nothing. It looks like it's probably still copying from the formats there. Now let's paste unformatted text. Okay, so that gives me the actual numbers. So that's exactly what I was expecting it to do. Let's see what happens if I enter like a date. So like 1/5/18. So that defaults my dates to that. Hotkey still works, Control-1. This is one of the things that drives me crazy on my banking computer is I don't have good options to set the dates the way I like them to be. So I've settled for something, but I want to see what my other options are. Like, this would be better for me. So if I have this, and I'm going to change this one to 1/18. So that is fixed. Hallelujah. Actually accepts my format correctly. So that is one of the challenges that I've had in the past on my budgeting computer. The only computer I actually run spreadsheets on is my banking computer. And what I've found over there is that the formatting options just don't work right. Now, that might have been fixed in a version prior to this, but I'm very happy to see that that is fixed. In fact, I'm thinking I might go ahead and throw this version on that computer because this is certainly a lot better than that. Let's do happens when I hit my currency options, and I can pull my currency options down, which is good. I like that. Ooh, I don't remember conditional formatting. Have conditional formatting always been in these? This is a function. I actually used to use these for in my grade books on Excel, running my old grade books, because what I liked to do with them is I could very easily color code, and by the color I could see who has A, who has B, who has C, etc. So this equals to 50. Let's just do... Okay, cell value, let's say less than 50 to apply an accent. Let's where was that conditional formatting at? Okay, so there you go. There's conditional formatting options. Like I said, I don't remember previous versions having this, but it may be there. I just don't recall. I'd have to boot up into my older versions to see. But your conditional formatting in a spreadsheet will, you can select various options. So I would do a variety of conditional formattings, maybe like a color scale. So cell value is less than 10. Let's see. Okay, so cell value is between 0 and 10, apply style bad. If cell value is between 11 and 21, How about error? Good. Add. All right, so doing that, now we'll actually get a variety of different styles. So if you're a teacher using gradebooks, excellent way to keep track of your students' grades. Like I said, I know that's in something in Excel. I have not seen that in LibreOffice before, but again, I haven't been looking for it. So pardon me if it's there. I'm just kind of poking around and seeing. So far, I'm seeing the things. What I want to do is maybe spend a week with this version in my budgeting software and see if they have fixed the problems that I have encountered. There's just a few little things that drive me crazy about this that I really like to have the way Excel did it better. But I'm going to try this out for a couple weeks and see what I come up with. So that's that. Let's go ahead and pull up Impress. I'm not going to do much over there because I have used Impress once. So I am not good at Impress. I'll be honest there. So here's, it's cool. I have different backgrounds and stuff on different slides, so that's neat. If you're inserting an image, okay. Everything here just seems intuitive to me. That's good. The next thing I want to have a look at is I'm going to go into my new, and again, your labels, your business cards. Let's see what we can do with these. So let's see. Labels. Here's Avery letter size. Again, it's actually pulling the defaults from when I was doing this the other day. Okay, so there's my labels. Bink. So that function still works. That's beautiful. If you do need to do business cards, you can do this. So grab your type of cards it happens to be. I've never actually played with the business cards before. Okay, I did something wrong there. Never played with those. All right, let's see. All right, I'm going to look at the database real quick. Now, it is very possible it will give me an error here. There is a, on Linux Mint, there is a file that is frequently not installed by default. I don't remember what it is. But I think what I will do is I want to plan on doing a very specific video on how to get that working. So I'm not going to talk about that here. I'm just going to see if I can actually open it. So it seems to be working now. Okay. Yeah, it seems to be working. I know I had to fight with that on my other Linux Mint computer. But maybe that's actually something that they did fix. All right, so I don't know. That's just not a lot of stuff in here. Horrible video probably, but just kind of letting you guys know that LibreOffice the new version of LibreOffice is out there. It is available for download. You can manually install it if you're running Windows. And if you're another thing is if you're looking to switch over to Linux and you're just kind of you're kind of on a kind of on the fence, what I'd encourage you to do is I'd encourage you to download the free and open source cross-platform software like LibreOffice on your existing Windows or Mac computer. Learn how to use them over there. These programs do not suck. They are every bit as good as the Microsoft Office programs. But take the time to learn how to do them. Figure out how to do the tasks in them, and then when you decide that you do want to switch over to Linux, you'll already know how to use your production software. So those are kind of my thoughts. Like I said, this wasn't like any detail. This is how it was in this is how it was in that. I did see a lot of stability changes over the spreadsheet options over the current version I'm using, which very possibly is 5.2 or something. I don't remember what version is on my other computer where I actually use the spreadsheets a lot. But overall, it looks like a lot of stability. I didn't notice any real major issues or anything. Databasing seems to work out of the box. That's something that did not work on Linux Mint on my other computer. I did have to fix the databasing over there. So have a chance to go over there, check out LibreOffice 6.0. It is rockin' awesome. Make sure when you're over there, leave them a little donation for the great work that they've been doing. I know I'm probably going to send some money over their way myself because it's a great application. I've written books on it, and so I encourage you to check it out. So LibreOffice.org is their main website. Check them out over there. If you are not on the cutting edge and you're not sure about 6.0 yet, you can still download the 5.4.4. By all accounts, still just as good. It's not like, hey, it didn't work, now 6 is here and it works. 5.4.4 works beautifully. I might be on 5.2 or something on the spreadsheet program I'm using that doesn't work well. That's a pretty old version at this point. So anyway, thanks for watching, folks. Enjoy your time here. If you are a regular follower of my channel, I may or may not actually be doing any streaming this weekend. Actually, Sunday I will be. I'll be doing some streaming on Sunday. I'm free on Sunday. So I'll be online Sunday. Friday, Saturday, I don't know yet. So anyway, thanks for watching, folks. I hope that you enjoy switching to Linux.